everyone, RogueGold here. Welcome back to the Division 2. And today, we have woken up to some pretty amazing news for the game. At least what will be amazing news to part of the community recently here on the channel and just across, discussion forums for the game. People have been talking about the fact that PvP within the Division 2 is not in a very good state. There's a lack of balance. There's just a lack of overall attention being given to that side of the game. And my friends, I'm very happy to come to you today and report that PvP is back on the menu. What do I mean? Well, we're going to get right to it. But if you enjoyed this one and you want to stay up to date on everything with the Division 2 moving forward, then be sure to subscribe. Shout out and thank you to our channel members for your continued support of my work here on YouTube. Seriously, it is more appreciated than you know. But without further ado, let's get into this pretty amazing news. Alright, so upon waking up today, I was greeted by a notification from Beersy here on Twitter. If you don't know, this is the game director on the Division 2. I did an interview with him just a few weeks ago. If you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. In that interview, we talked about how Alex was relatively new to the team, but in his role as game director, he was obviously surveying all corners of the game, seeing what really needed support. We talked about PvP a small bit and how he recognized that it was on his list of things that eventually needed attention, but it seems like that has come to pass sooner than I'd even hoped. So his message this morning reads, "Agents, I'm super happy to share some news. I mentioned in the past that we're always working on all aspects of our game and listening to the feedback of our entire community. Well then, you ready for this? The time for PvP is now." And what this post links to is a brand new job listing that has gone up, I believe, just today. This is for the Bucharest studio in Romania. But look at the title here, Lead PvP Game Designer, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Oh my goodness. So let's look at some of the details here, right? It says, job description, as lead PvP designer at UB Bucharest, you will contribute to the success of Tom Clancy's The Division 2. You will be reporting directly to the game director, which is Alex, and you will have the opportunity to work with some of the best teams in the industry. As lead PvP designer, you will be responsible for making the competitive experiences fun to play, rewarding, and balanced for our players. As working as part of the core team, you will be championing PvP design and activities for the base game, shaping its future ambitions while ensuring the quality of every season. Look at some of these main things listed here too under your main mission. Collaborate with the lead producer, creative director, and game director in order to define, structure, and manage the PvP game design direction and the ambition for both long-term plans and the scope of each release. Leverage your knowledge of PvP design to create a healthy, balanced, and competitive experience for our players. Script and implement new pieces. I don't know why it's doing that. New pieces of gear and talents. And this one in particular really got me. Work within a multidisciplinary environment to create new maps and game modes. Oh my goodness. This is everything that we have been asking for so many years now. Now, before anyone gets too excited, I do want to clarify some things. For one, this is a job listing. That means that as of this moment, when we are discussing this, they don't currently have anybody on the team in this role. They are hiring for somebody to fill this position and begin doing this work. So maybe this fills in the next week. Maybe it takes them a few months. We don't know. Additionally, this is all very nice words, but we do need to wait and see this impact happen within the game. Certainly, I completely believe Alex when they say that they are committed to making this a thing and improving the PvP experience. But, it has been a very long time since PvP has had this kind of support, or at least the suggestion that support could be on the way, so we need to wait and see that play out. But my goodness, folks, if you're a fan of PvP in the Division 2, this is probably the best news we've had, like I said, in years. I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't believe that we have had somebody working on the Division 2, specifically in a PvP capacity, since maybe 2020. It has been a very, very long time. And so I think them posting a listing for this role, committing to PvP once again, is just another suggestion and example of how much the Division franchise overall is seeing this investment right now. We talked about recently how Massive is fully committing to the Division with the Division 2, Survivors, and Division 3. And clearly I think this has spilled over to the Bucharest studio as well. The fact that they have the funding to bring on a lead PvP game designer for the Division 2, that is unheard of in these recent times. And so this, on top of the news that we got earlier in the week that of course we covered about how the Division 2 is going to start cracking down a lot more on cheaters and exploiters within the game. This pretty much checks all the boxes the PvP players have been asking for such a long time. Balance the items that we have in the game, crack down on the cheaters that make the experience so hard to enjoy, and then, if we're lucky, give us some new PvP content to sink our teeth into. And so once again, I want to stress this is not something that we're going to see change overnight, right? The Dark Zone isn't going to become this incredibly balanced, super fun to play thing by tomorrow, but this is the beginning of an initiative and a clear investment into the side of the game that, again, we have not seen in years. And to me, that is incredibly exciting. So, folks, that is just about everything that I have for you in today's video. Just wanted to come on here and let any of my PvP fans out there know that this is something that is happening right now behind the scenes. And yeah, as somebody who really invested into this franchise because of his love for the Dark Zone and PvP all the way back in the Division 1 in 2016, I am, like I said, beyond excited to see this manifest. I hope they're able to find somebody relatively quickly. You know, if we're sitting here with this job listing open for months and months and months, that would be unfortunate, but fingers crossed. I'm really hopeful for what this may bring to the game. Would love to know any thoughts you all may have about this new development. Do you think this is the right time to bring a lead PvP game designer onto the Division 2? Do you think this is worth them investing into at all? I know many of you out there don't care about PvP. I still hope that a lot of people can recognize its value in the overall realm of the Division, right? I think it's a very important corner of the community. So yeah, both for PvP itself and for the franchise at large, really happy to see this being a thing that they're pursuing. That's all we've got for today, though. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you back soon. RogueGold out.